Are the Ashkenazi Jews grieving?
Yes.
They're grieving. Why are they grieving?
They were the largest group of Jews that were persecuted. Yes.
They're grieving. Why are they grieving?
They were the largest group of Jews that were persecuted in Eastern and Western Europe.
Are they persecuted? Are the Ashkenazi Jews grieving?
Yes.
They're grieving. Why are they grieving?
They were the largest group of Jews that were persecuted in Eastern and Western Europe.
Are they persecuted right now?
Yes.
Where do you live?
Right here.
Right here. You ever been to the projects?
Yes.
You live in the projects.
I did when I was younger.
You lived in the projects.
Mm-hmm.
Were you on WIC?
I don't know.
WIC?
The women's coverage for food, diapers, and...
I used to be on
Do
WIC.
you know what gang banging is?
Yes.
Is the Ashkenazi Jews gang banging?
No.
Do you know about Bloods and Crips?
Yes. In California.
Are the Ashkenazi Jews Bloods and Crips?
No.
So are the Ashkenazi Jews actually mourning?
Yes.
They're mourning.
Yes. The
All right.
Ashkenazi group is not just in America. It's also in Eastern and Central Europe.
Eastern and Central Europe.
Yes.
All right, now listen to this. Judah what?
Judah mourning,
They're in mourning. They're in a lower state. All right? Read on.
and the gates thereof languish.
What does that mean when it says the gates thereof language?
I mean, except
Well-
for interpretation of it, not really.
Well, you're an Ashkenazi Jew.
Mhm.
If you're a Jew, that means that this will be your residence.
Okay, that doesn't mean I am able to interpret every single thing that's written from 613 different commandments and prophecies that were in the Bible.
So what is a gate set up for?
An entrance of something.
Like if I have a gate, if I have a city and I got gates around it.
Protection.
Protection. All right?
Uh-huh.
That's a good answer. That's what a gate is for. It said their gates languish. To languish means to lack. So their protection of the Jews, meaning their leaders, lack leadership. Now, what is it going to say about their leadership? Read on.
They are black.
What color are the Jews?
They are black.
No, they're pale.
They are black
Read on.
unto the ground.
Are you black into the ground?
No.
No. You don't have melanin.
So I'm not a Jew.
You're not a Jew.
That doesn't
You've
make any
been
sense.
lied to.
So the nearly 6,000 years of history and things I've been practicing, that my ancestors have been practicing, is all false.
All false. Hold on. Let me prove it to you. Give me Jeremiah 16 and 19. Real quick.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16 and verse 19. O Lord, my strength and my fortress
Read on.
and my refuge in the day of affliction.
Read on.
The Gentiles.
The who?
The Gentiles.
You would be an ethnic Gentile. The Ashkenazi Jews converted to Judaism. When did that happen? During the Balfour Declaration.
How does
Hold
conversion
on.
to Judaism happen now?
Hold on. I'm explaining. Read on.
The Gentiles shall come unto thee
Read.
from the ends of the earth, and shall say, surely our fathers have inherited lies.
What did the Ashkenazi Jews inherit?
Our fathers have inherited lies.
So you was lied to that you was a Jew.
What about the Sephardic and
Let me
Zemanite
prove
Jews?
it. Let me prove it. All right. I made you a statement. I said a statement. I said that you're not a Jew. Now I have to prove it. He's a Jew.
That's right.
So let me prove that he's a Jew and that you're not a Jew, according to the Torah. Give me Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1.
In Hebrew or in English? Because I can pull it up right now in Hebrew.
Well, you can pull it up. What's your name?
Daniel.
All right, Daniel. All right, listen to this. Deuteronomy 1 and 1.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Right?
These be the words which Moses spake.
You know about Moses?
Yeah.
What tribe was Moses from?
He's from the Judea tribe.
Who?
The Judea tribe.
What exact tribe was he from?
Tribe of Judah.
No, he was from the tribe of Levi. Right. Right? These were the words which who?
These be the words which Moses spake
Who is Moses speaking to?
unto all Israel.
So he's speaking to the Israelites. This is after what? The Exodus. You know about the Exodus, right?
Yes.
When Moses parted the Red Sea.
Yes.
He freed them from Pharaoh.
Yes.
You know about that, right? So listen to what Moses told the Israelites after he freed them. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28 and go to verse 15.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
Listen to this.
But it shall come to pass.
When it says, but it shall come to pass, what does that mean?
She'll come back.
But it shall come to pass.
It's gone.
No, what this means is that it is a prophecy. Yeah. It shall come to pass. It's gonna happen. That's right. Now let's find out what's gonna happen to the Israelites. Read on.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
What does hearken mean?
Listen.
Listen, because the root word for hearken would be hear. If the Israelites don't hearken or hear God, read on.
To observe to do all his commandments.
Read.
And his statutes.
Read.
Which I command thee this day.
What's going to happen to the Israelites if they don't do the commandments?
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
God told the Jews, aka the Israelites, that curses will come upon them if they don't do the commandments. Now you guys will say that you are the Jews. So whoever fits the curses that God put on the Israelites would be the Israelites and the Jews. Give me Deuteronomy 28:46. Listen to this.
Verse 46.
Right?
And they shall be upon thee.
The curses are going to be upon the Israelites. Read on.
For a sign.
For what?
For a sign.
We need signs to identify who these people are. Because there's people on the earth that are claiming to be God's chosen people. Now listen to this. For a sign.
And for a wonder.
And for a wonder.
And upon thy seed.
Upon thy what?
And upon thy seed.
What is a seed? What is your seed?
Your child.
Your children. Your genealogy. And upon thy seed.
Forever.
How long are they going to be on the Israelites?
Forever.
No, just back then.
Forever.
So the prophecy has to fit the Israelites forever of the curses that's going to happen to them. That makes sense? So listen to the curse that will happen to the Israelites. Now, Daniel, you let me know if this happened to your race of people. Or you let me, what's your name, brother?
Brandon.
Or if you let me know if this fits more like Brandon. If this fits more like Brandon, then you would have to say this pertains to Brandon. Or if it fits more like you, then you have to say, Brandon, this doesn't fit you, it fits me.
Okay.
That's what you would have to say, okay?
It's both.
Well, it can't fit both. Because God is speaking to one nation of people.
Okay. Let's hear it then.
So give me Deuteronomy 29:1 real quick.
Deuteronomy 29:1.
Right, to clarify that it's speaking to one nation. Read that.
These are the words of the covenant.
Read.
Which the Lord commanded Moses.
Read.
To make with the children of Israel.
No, just different people.
With the children of Israel.
So go to verse 68. Give
Verse
me Exodus
68.
22.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68.
Now listen to this.
And the Lord
Right?
shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Daniel, what were the Israelites doing in ancient Egypt for Moses have to free them?
They were enslaved.
Enslaved. Were your race of people ever in slavery?
Yes, sir.
Were your race of people ever in slavery?
Yes.
Okay. So now, it's getting good.
It's been good.
Your race of people was in slavery and your race of people was in slavery.
Okay.
Now, God said that the Israelites are going to have to go into slavery again. That's what Egypt means. Now, when your race of people went into slavery, how did your race of people get to America?
First.
Over
First
above.
over here.
Did they ride airplanes over here or what?
Over as well.
Drive boats.
Ride boats,
Yes, sir.
right? Did you come to America in slavery?
No.
So read that again from the top,
Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
right?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
The Israelites going to have to go into slavery again. Read on.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
How they going to get to America?
With ships.
How did your race of people get to America?
The ship, sir.
Did your race of people get to America with a ship?
No.
So guess what? You would not be a Jew.
That's right.
With ships, read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
The same way Moses said it is the same way that the Israelites will go into slavery on slave ships. The transatlantic slave trade actually happened.
Okay.
Who did it happen to? The Jews. It will fit you, brother. Look at this. This didn't happen to you. You didn't go to slavery on slave ships. You wasn't packed inside of a dark slave ship defecating on one another. That didn't happen to you. You funded the slave ships. You paid for the slave ships. The Ashkenazi Jews did.
The Ashkenazi Jew
Yeah,
wasn't
they
even
paid for
formed
the
up
slave
until
ships.
You what?
they weren't even in the area.
Amalek did. The Amalekites did. Right? Read on.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Now, God said, what was going to happen to the Israelites after they go into slavery on slave ships?
Thou shalt see it no more again.
Who's in Israel right now?
The Jews in the Palestinians. And
You call them the
Christians.
Jews and the Palestinians. Where are you at right now?
In North Carolina, sir.
In North Carolina. What did God say will happen to the Israelites?
Thou shalt see it no more again.
God said the Israelites won't see their homeland again. So we have a problem. If the Amalekites and the Jews are in Israel, then that would make the Bible
So
prophecy
you're
off.
in Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse what?
So you didn't know this verse. You didn't know that this
No,
was
I'm
in the
asking you for reference.
Can you
verse
admit
28.
that you didn't know that that was in the Bible? Daniel,
Hold on.
Daniel, can you admit that you didn't know that that was in the Bible?
I didn't memorize it.
You didn't
You
know.
want me to memorize 613 commandments,
Daniel,
prophecies?
can you admit that you didn't know that that was in the Bible?
I just told you I did because I don't memorize everything.
Because you're not a Jew, Daniel.
Oh, did he know that?
Well, we're teaching him, and he will know.
I thought he was a Jew.
He is
You
a
should
Jew.
know, right?
No, he is a Jew, and he's gonna know. Right, read that again. Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt see it no more again.
So Daniel, God said that the Israelites wouldn't see their homeland again.
Okay.
So your people are in the landmass of Israel right now. That would make them what? Not the Israelites, because the prophecy said that they wouldn't.
So you said you're in chapter 29,
Right,
verse
read on.
27?
No, we're in Deuteronomy 28th chapter. You gotta keep up, Daniel.
You just said you're in the 29th chapter.
No, we're in the 28th chapter.
You
Daniel.
did just say you're in 28.
Yeah, I know that. We're in the 28th chapter. So correct, Daniel. Correct your friend. Read on.
And there
And there, when you get off of the slave ships, let's see what's gonna happen to the Jews. Read on.
ye shall be sold.
Daniel, were you ever sold in slavery?
Yes.
Who were you sold to?
Eastern Europeans, the Germans, the Ottoman Empire.
And guess what? You were sold to other Edomites.
Okay.
You had Edomites selling Edomites. So you
Still
were
slave-
sold
That's
to.
still sold into slavery.
Well, you
though.
were sold to your own race of people.
Okay.
You didn't go to slavery on slave ships. You didn't come to America on slave ships. You wasn't able to not go back to your homeland.
What's
Read
the
on.
definition for slavery?
And there,
And there ye
Read
shall
on.
be sold
sold.
unto your enemies.
Who were the Jews sold to?
Unto your enemies.
So, brother, you were sold into your enemies. Y'all know what Market Square House is?
No, sir.
Y'all don't know it right there. It is in the middle.
No, could you explain or no?
All right, if y'all take a look right here. All right, let's do it. That in the center. That is called the Market Square House. What happened there? The slaves were sold. Were you sold in America, Daniel?
No.
So what did the Bible say? Read that again from the top.
You don't want to question me.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again
Slavery again, the Israelites are going to have to go into.
with ships.
You didn't go to slavery on ships, so you don't fit the prophecy. Therefore, it's not pertaining to you. Read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee,
Read on.
thou shalt see it no more again.
You'll never see your homeland again. Read on.
And there
When you get off the slave ships,
ye shall be sold
you are going to be sold. Read on.
unto your enemies.
To Edomites, to the Caucasian race, which is in the Bible called the Edomites. Read on.
For bondmen.
Slave men, they're going to change your name to Johnson and Smith and Robinson and who? Bradley. Read on.
And bondwomen.
Read on.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man shall what?
And no man shall buy you.
So that's what happened to you. That doesn't fit them. Does that make sense? So somebody's lying.
Revelation 3:9.
Right, yeah, we're going to get that. But somebody's lying, though. We have to get down to the bottom of these things.
But can I ask you a question?
Hold
sir?
on, real quick.
Oh.
After Daniel. Do you
I know,
understand
I
that
know.
somebody's lying?
But no, you're
Give me Isaiah
insinuating.
chapter 2.
You're insinuating that the Jews sold the Jews, right?
Let me ask you a question.
But let me ask
Before
you.
you ask me,
hold on.
are you drunk, sir?
No, I'm not drunk. Now I'm really sold.
Well, I'm just asking.
But now I'm asking you, why did African Americans?
They're not African
Okay,
Americans.
Africans.
No,
sell
they're
Africans.
Israelites.
Tell me that.
They're Israelites.
Ask me.
All right, I'm going to ask you. Give me Amos. Right? Give me Amos chapter 1 and go to verse 11.
They want to be facts with facts.
All right, give me Micah.
Ridiculous.
Give me the book of Joel chapter 3 and go to verse 3. Listen to this.
Amos chapter what?
Chapter 1 and go to verse 9. Hold that and give me Joel chapter 3 first.
The book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 3.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. Are you listening, sir? What's your name?
I'm listening. Give me a second. Okay.
So what did you ask me again?
Why did Africa sell slaves to the Americans?
Why did Africa sell the
Black
slaves?
people sell black people, right?
Hold
I'm
on.
asking them.
Hold on. Why did Africans sell the slaves to Americans? So I'm gonna answer you. You've been misinformed that so-called African Americans are actually Africans. The African Americans are actually Israelites. So let me answer you. So listen to this. Bring it out.
Joel chapter 3 and verse 3.
Right?
And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for an harlot, and sold a girl for wine that they might drink.
Right?
Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Tyre and Zidon are Hamitic nations. Those are actual Africans that put lip disc in their lips and bones in their nose. You ever seen those people? All right, read on.
And all the coast of Palestine
Palestinians are who? The Arab men. Read on.
will ye render me a recompense.
Read.
And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Read. Listen to this. Read.
Because ye have taken my gold and my silver.
The gold and the silver of the Most High God is the Israelites, which are so-called black people, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Read on.
And have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things.
Read.
The children also of Judah
Read on.
and the children of Jerusalem
Read.
have ye sold
The Africans sold the Israelites to who?
unto the Grecians.
Unto who?
Unto the Grecians.
Africans sold Israelites to the so-called white men. Israelites didn't sell each other. So you've been lied to and was told that we were African and we're not.
So, can you tell me this?
Give me Amos chapter 1 and verse 9. I'm still answering your first question.
No.
Book of Amos,
Let me continue. Let me finish answering your first
chapter
question.
1, verse 9. And it reads, Thus saith the Lord,
Right?
for 3 transgression of Tyrus,
Read on.
and for 4 I will not turn away the
Punishment.
punishment thereof.
Right. So Tyrus and Tyre and Zidon are those Hamitic nations that sold us to the Grecians. They didn't have to do that. They wasn't supposed to do that. Right? In 70 AD, we were seized out of Jerusalem and we fled into the uttermost parts of West Africa where we dwelt there. You can go in the old maps, they called it Negro land. Christ prophesied about that. How we would have to flee to the mountains. That's when we were taken captives by Tyre and Zidon and the Palestinians. And we were sold. Read on.
They delivered up the whole captivity.
The what? They delivered up the what?
The whole captivity
Tyre and Zidon gave up the whole captivity unto who?
to Edom.
To who?
To Edom.
You see that? And you see this on this sign right here. You got the so-called, the Arab man and the so-called white man and the so-called African man taking God's chosen people. And where is that at? In the Bible. They delivered up the whole captivity to Edom. Give me Isaiah. Go to chapter 2. Let me ask y'all something. Is the world at peace right now?
Yeah.
No.
Very good.
So give me Proverbs 29 and 2, real quick. You give me Proverbs 29 and 2.
29
You
2.
give me Isaiah chapter 2. Right, listen to this. Now, you said the world isn't at peace right now. At peace right now? Now listen to this.
29 and 2.
Okay.
But the Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. And it reads, when the righteous are in authority.
When the righteous nation is in authority, let me ask you this. What race of people has the most authority on the earth? Who? Thank you for being honest. You said the so-called white man. Do you agree with that, Daniel?
Sure.
Now God said, when the righteous are in authority,
the people rejoice.
the people do what?
The people rejoice.
Do you agree with the text, Daniel?
Sure.
That God said when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice? You agree with that?
Sure.
All right. And you said who's in rulership now? All right, read on.
But when the wicked bears rule,
When the who?
when the wicked bears rule,
Read on.
the people mourn.
So who's in rulership? So who's wicked?
At least he's reading the script.
Who's wicked?
He just said it.
That's right. Who's allowing homosexuality to go on in America? Transgenderism. Who has private islands with sex slaves? The so-called white man does. And that's in the Bible. That they are the wicked according to the Bible. Alright? Give me Isaiah chapter 2. And go to verse 2. Come on, go to Job chapter 9 and verse 24.
The book of Isaiah chapter 2.
Y'all would be God's chosen people, the Jews, the Israelites. Alright? Did y'all know that, family? That y'all are God's chosen people, the Israelites? You didn't know that, brother? But guess what? We living in the last days. Y'all got to come and hear the word of the Lord.
I'm serious. It ain't gonna be long.
Right, listen to this. Bring it up.
Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 2. And it shall come to
It
pass
shall come to pass, read on.
in the last days,
In the what days?
in the last days,
Read on.
that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains.
Now, if you say that you are a Jew, you have to explain this verse to us. Because God said in the last days, his chosen are going to be established on high. Read on.
And shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations,
And all what?
and all nations
Read on.
shall flow unto it.
All nations of people should be coming to God's chosen people and flowing to it. Whoever these chosen people are. And all the other nations are supposed to come to the Jews and get knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And the Israelites. Right? Read on.
And many people shall go and say,
Stop speaking that Yiddish. You're speaking Yiddish.
That's Hebrew.
That's not Paleo Hebrew.
That's Hebrew.
That's no, it's not. It's not Hebrew. That's Yiddish.
I didn't study Hebrew anyway.
Yeah, that's Yiddish. Read on.
and many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord,
Come ye, let us go up into the mountain of the Lord. Read on.
to the house of the God of Jacob,
Read.
and he will teach us of his ways,
Read on.
and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law,
Out of Zion is going to go forth the law. Read on.
and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem.
Read.
And he shall judge among the nations,
Read on.
and shall rebuke many people.
Is this an eschaton prophecy? Do you know what that is?
I wasn't paying attention. I was thinking about how you said that I wasn't speaking Hebrew. I was speaking Yiddish.
Yeah,
Have you ever heard Yiddish before?
You're speaking modern Hebrew.
Have you? What's
you
the
don't
difference
even
between
know it.
Yiddish and Hebrew, though?
Hold on, listen to the Bible, Daniel.
Okay.
Is this an eschaton
Read
prophecy?
it again.
All right, read verse 3 again.
Verse 3, Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 3. And many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways.
And he will what?
And he will teach us of his ways.
Where's the mountain of the Lord? He's talking about Israel. He's going to teach us of his ways. Everybody's going to go to Israel and learn the statutes and commandments. Is everybody doing that right now?
No.
No. So that means this hasn't happened yet. That means that this is an eschaton prophecy. Meaning it's coming.
That hasn't happened yet.
Read on.
And we will walk in his paths.
We will walk in his paths.
For out of Zion shall go forth the law,
Right.
and the word of the Lord from
You
Jerusalem.
agree with the text? Out of Zion is going to go forth the law, and out of Jerusalem. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
All right, read on.
And he shall judge among the nations,
Read.
and shall rebuke many people.
Read on.
And they shall beat their swords into plowshares,
And they shall beat their swords into plowshares.
and their spears into pruning hooks.
Read on.
Nation shall not lift up sword against nation.
Let me ask you something. Is Russia planning to bomb America?
I don't know. More than likely not.
Are people talking about war right now
Yeah, on the border of Ukraine and Russia.
on the border of Ukraine and Russia?
Yeah.
So what did God say was going to happen?
Listen carefully.
And
Pruning
nation shall not
Call
lift
that pruning hooks.
and shall rebuke many people,
Read.
and they shall beat their swords into plowshares,
Read on.
and their spears into pruning hooks.
Listen to this. Read on.
Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore.
Neither shall what?
Neither shall they learn war
Anymore.
God said this is going to happen when the Israelites are in their own land. So if you guys are actually the Israelites, then this wouldn't be happening. War wouldn't be happening in the world.
Okay.
So give me Revelation 3 and 9.
Revelation 3.
All right, give me Revelation 3. Because the Lord just said in the Bible that when his chosen people are in Zion, nation is not going to lift up sword against nation anymore. Neither shall people learn war anymore.
Okay.
That's in the Bible. Do you agree with the text?
Sure.
All right, so listen to this. Right, Revelation chapter 2. Give me 2 and 9.
You want 2 and 9?
Okay. All right, bring it up.
For the Revelation, chapter 2, verse 9.
Right?
I know thy works
Read on.
and tribulation,
The Lord said he knows the tribulation of the Israelites. Read on.
and poverty,
And he knows the poverty that they're in. What race of people is the most impoverished?
Blacks and Latinos.
Read on.
but thou art rich.
Why didn't you say Daniel's race?
Why are you saying Mexican?
Hold on. Why? Listen. Why didn't you say Daniel's race? Order, brother. Why didn't you say Daniel's race?
Because this race is also in poverty.
No, I said,
Every
hold
race
on.
is in poverty if you think about it.
So now you're backtracking your
No,
statement.
no.
Give me James chapter 1. Give me
word
James
first.
chapter 1 and verse
Let me
5.
be further into
You
it.
just said that the most impoverished race are blacks and Latinos. Didn't he say that?
I'll retract
All right,
that.
read
I'll
on.
backtrack.
So you're backtracking that?
Yeah, I'll backtrack that.
So you're
Latinos,
backtracking your statement.
Blacks and whites.
Hold on. Blacks and whites.
No,
That's
I'm
ridiculous.
saying Latinos, blacks, and whites.
So white people are impoverished?
Yes, I've
That's
seen
ridiculous.
it. I've seen it.
That's
myself.
absolutely ridiculous.
Where were?
That's absolutely ridiculous.
Where were you?
Who owns this building?
Well, hey, who knows? It could be a black
Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Who collects taxes?
man. It could be a black
Who
man.
collects taxes?
It could be a black man or Latino or white.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Absolutely
Where
ridiculous.
were you?
Who
born,
owns
sir?
the music business?
Who
Who owns the music industry?
It'd be depend on
Who
which
owns
genre.
the NBA and the NFL? Whose face is on the dollar bill? So read that. Read that, man.
Hold on, don't
That
get
is absolutely ridiculous.
Playing some
Don't
man.
get
Absolutely ridiculous.
Don't get
I thought you was an honest man.
me. He's
Absolutely
you're
ridiculous. Do you
telling
agree
me
with what they're
that-
saying?
I told him I was speaking. You didn't tell I was speaking.
He don't agree with what they're saying. So
He's
read that.
pointing that I'm a Mexican. Right?
Hold
You're
on.
assuming
Hold
my
on.
race.
No, we're not assuming anything.
I'm a
Listen.
Guatemalan all the way.
Come on.
But, but thou art rich.
But thou art what?
But thou art rich.
Read on.
I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews
Read on.
and are not.
Listen to this verse. God said he knows the blasphemy or the complete lie of a race of people that's claiming to be God's chosen people. There's somebody on the earth that's claiming to be God's chosen people. And guess who that is? That's him.
I'm a Orthodox Jew.
He's a fake Jew, and guess who the real Jews are? You guys are. So guess what God said about that? Read on.
I know the blasphemy
Right.
of them which say they are Jews
He says that he's a Jew. Read on.
and are not.
What is he?
And are not.
But what actually is he? Read on.
But are the synagogue of Satan.
He's actually the synagogue of Satan. He said that he's a Jew. Give me Jeremiah 14 and 2 again. Let's see what God said about the Jews. So if this verse, let me know what this verse fits. Let me know if this verse fits you, us, or let me know if it fits him. Right? Listen to this.
Brother Jeremiah chapter 14 verse 2.
Read on.
Judah mourning.
The Jews are mourning. They're in the lowest state. Brother, let me ask you something. Who's in the projects in the slums?
Latinos, whites, and blacks.
The
Because
blacks and the
I lived in the
Latinos, right? So God said the Judah mourneth,
And the gates thereof language.
Their leaders lack leadership. Read on.
They are black.
What the Lord say?
They are black.
What color are the Jews?
They are black.
Is he black? So guess what? He wouldn't be a Jew.
So I'm not a Jew?
Do you agree with the text, Daniel?
Sure.
You agree with the text. Sure. So are you a Jew?
Yes.
You see, he's lying. So he doesn't agree with the Bible.
So are you Jewish?
Give me Exodus chapter 20 and go to verse 16. Right, read that again. They are what?
They are black.
Daniel, are you black?
No.
So are you a Jew?
Yes.
All right, read that.
The book of Exodus chapter 20 and verse 16.
Read.
Thou shalt not bear false witness.
What the Lord say?
Thou shalt not bear false witness.
So you're bearing false witness. That's a commandment. You just said that you're a Jew when the Bible just said that the Jews are black.
I'm a Jew.
You're not a Jew. You're literally not a Jew.
You were told how to say that we were Jews?
You're
people that killed an entire 11 million people during the Holocaust.
Because guess what?
Jews, 1.1 million.
Guess what? He knew that you wasn't a Jew.
Well, we were Jews.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
So
you're
why
not a
he killed
Jew.
them?
Because they're wicked and they deserve it.
So you're telling me that 11 million people,
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
6 million
Yes.
Jews,
Yes.
1.1 million.
You're not a
deserve it.
Jew, Daniel.
I'm Jewish.
You're Jewish. What does the suffix ISH mean?
You are of that group.
No.
it doesn't.
So you don't even know what you're talking about.
ISH.
Daniel, you have no
You're-
clue what's going on.
You're the one that said
What
I
is
was
the
speaking Yiddish and I was speaking
What does the
Hebrew.
suffix ISH mean?
What is Yiddish?
What does the suffix
Yiddish?
ISH mean?
Of that.
What is the suffix
Of
ISH?
that.
No.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
It means pertaining to or in like manner of.
That's right.
So if
Of
I was
that.
to say that you're girlish, does that mean that you're actually a girl?
No.
That means you're acting like a girl.
That's all it means.
So if you say that you're Jewish, that means you're not really
So are
a
you
Jew.
Jew? Are you Jewish?
But you're acting like a Jew.
So are you Jewish?
We are the Jews.
That's right.
Are you
The
Jewish?
black, Hispanic, and Native American men.
So why weren't you killed?
We are the Jews.
So why weren't you killed?
Right? Give me Jeremiah. Why weren't we killed? Give me Zechariah chapter 11.
6.8 million people that were killed.
Give me
Why
Zechariah,
weren't you
give me
killed?
Zechariah chapter 11.
Wait, Selassie.
Slack. Give me Zechariah chapter 11. Don't even just ignore. Zechariah chapter 11. He said, why weren't we killed? Let's see what the Bible said. Listen to this. And y'all let me know what race of people this happened to. Right?
Zechariah.
Got it? Bring it up.
The book of Zechariah chapter 11 and verse 5.
Listen to this.
Whose possessors slay them. And
Now, God said, whose possessors slay them. Right? To be a possessor, that means you have a possession. What does slay mean? Kill. Right? Do you know anybody that ever got killed, brother?
Yeah, a couple.
You know a couple people that got killed. Now, who does your race of people kind of get killed by in this society? Besides their own people. Who kills them?
Whoa.
Who?
White people.
White people. So listen to this. Who's what?
whose possessors slay them
Kill them. Read on.
and hold themselves not guilty.
When they kill you, do they get time for that?
No, the same.
What did the Bible say?
And hold themselves not guilty.
Who is that fitting? Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty? What is this about? What is this about? Castration, lynching, robbing for over 400 years. Slavery. Hanging on trees. This is killing. Did they get any time for this?
No, they didn't.
What about the millions and millions and millions of indigenous so-called Native Americans, which are Israelites from the Northern Kingdom? Did the so-called white man get punishment for this? Did he go to jail for this? No, he didn't. Right? And it was, I'm led to believe that it was over 1 billion so-called Native Americans and tiny on the Indians that they put to death when they came over to America and stole their land. Read that again.
Whose possessors slay them
Whose possessors slay them, read on.
and hold themselves not guilty.
That's him. He has not been charged with the crime that he's committed in this society. And hold themselves not guilty,
And they that sell them say,
and they sold us. They funded the slave ships of our enslavement for us to come to America. They that sell them say what?
Blessed be the Lord,
Read.
for I am rich.
Now they're rich. They have all the wealth.
Hey, Lynch,
They run the music business.
we gotta go get.
They run all of these things.
Okay.
Right? And guess what that's written at?
Hey,
in
I
the
gotta
Bible.
go. I gotta go.
And Daniel, guess what?
To Judaism.
Daniel, guess what? You're going into slavery. Daniel, you're going into slavery.
At least I know the difference
For
between Yiddish
claiming
and
God's
Hebrew.
nationality, and you're not a Jew.
I'm a Jew.
Daniel, you're not a Jew.
Appreciate that, y'all boy.
You're not a Jew.
Take a flyer, King.
Right?
Hey,
You're not
Doc.
a Jew. Atal
Doc.
Lord Yahim. Atal Lord Hashatan. Right? Atal Lord Hashatan.
Hand me a flyer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Give me Jared. Yeah, let's get the brother a flyer. Right? Give me Revelation 3 and 9.
Some kind of.
Y'all are God's chosen people, the Israelites.
All right, thank you.
Right? All praise to the Most High. The YouTube and the Instagram at the bottom of the
Kind of
thing.
satanic
Appreciate
song
it.
is
All
he
praise to
singing?
the Most High. Yeah, singing that satanic song, man. And he was about to cry.
He
Right?
was. I seen
If
it.
he was by himself, he would have cried.
That's why they came and saved him.
Yeah, they came and saved him, man. And I don't know what that other man was beside him. You know?
Yeah,
And he was drunk, man. He was drunk.
Come over here.
Yeah, he was over there holding him.
He was,
all of them was
like
kind
you
of
said,
holding each
Yeah,
other.
had that flamboyant spirit, man. They might be in the military.
They are. No,
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
are.
they be doing all type of nasty, weird stuff
No,
when they
they-
with each other,
yeah.
duking each other.
When you see them like that, they're military.
Yeah, yeah. So
They're weird.
Daniel is going into slavery.
Crazy weird,
Huh.
man.
Daniel's going into slavery. Right? Get that one real quick. Revelation 3 and 9.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan,
Read on.
which say they are Jews.
Which say, and they say they're Jews. Daniel came up and he was kind of confident that he was a Jew. Right? And then his spirit was getting cut up when the word of the Lord was coming out. Right? But he didn't want to let go. Which say they are Jews.
And are not,
Read.
but do lie.
And he's lying, man. He's an utter, complete liar. But do lie, read on.
Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet.
So he doesn't know that in the days to come, he's going to be on his knees bowing down, saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for clinging on and taking your heritage. I'm sorry for funding the transatlantic slave ships. Because they're the ones that did it, man. Right? And they adopted Judaism, and they adopted our heritage and took over the land in 1948 during the Balfour Declaration, man. Right? That's written all throughout the scriptures.
And that Holocaust thing was like a walk in the park compared to what we went through and still go through.
An absolute walk in the park.
But they try to act like that was something serious.
Right.
Talk about 6 million. It wasn't that many Jews over there.
Exactly.
They lying on the numbers.
Yeah.
Just lying.
You can't believe the so-called white man. Right? And then you got some of them that was a part of that religion. They came out, hey, look, man, that was a complete hoax.
Yeah.
You know, that was a lie. That was a cover-up to hide who God's chosen people are. Because if we clung on to it, we can teach actually God's chosen people that they're the Gentiles. Now your great-grandma has been taught all her life. We had a man come up last night. He said that he was in Canaan. No, he said, what did he say? Cushite. Yeah, he said, I'm a Cushite. He said, because I'm black. That's what they told me.
Remember the one Jake that said, no, they are the real Jews and we the Gentiles?
Yeah.
It was a Jake that said that one
Right,
time.
yeah, kind.
He was trying to say that they was the real Jews and we was
Right.
the Gentiles.
So everybody's jammed up, man. Everybody's all jammed up. Hey, real quick, give me that in Ezekiel real quick. Chapter 36. Right?
Ezekiel 36.
Come.
That's them.
Verse 5.
And that's the rest of them.
Verse 5.
36 verse 5. Verse 5. Book of Ezekiel, chapter 36, verse 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, YAHAWAH, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen,
Read on.
and against all Idumea.
Idumea is another word for Esau, the Edomites. That's the name for the so-called white people. So God is jealous of the heathen and the Idumeans. Why is that?
Which have appointed my land into their possession,
Right?
with the joy of all their hearts.
So those Ashkenazi Jews, those Amalekites, appointed God's chosen land into their possession in 1948 during the Balfour Declaration. And they did it all for all manner of wealth and money, and gold and silver, and deception and lies. Right? So what do you think the Lord is going to do to them for taking the Lord's land and defiling it? Ain't no telling what they be doing over there.
Oh my God.
You know?
They got the worst gay parade each year.
You see that? They got the worst gay parade each year.
Yeah.
So they're defiling the holy land. Right?
Gay parade. The Most High is dropping fire on them right now.
That's right. That's right.
I'm serious.
Read on.
With despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey.
Read.
Verse 6. Prophecy, therefore, concerning the land of Israel.
Right, the Lord said, prophesy therefore concerning the land of Israel. Right? Because the Lord has to destroy that place. Give me Exodus 17 and 16. Right? Read on.
And say unto the mountains and to the hills,
Read.
to the rivers and to the valleys, thus saith the Lord YAHAWAH,
Read on.
behold, I have spoken in my jealousy and in my fury, because they have borne the shame of the heathen.
You see that? So these heathen took over the Holy Land, man, and defiled it, and lied and deceived the whole world. So what did the Lord say? Bring it up.
The book of Exodus, chapter 17 and verse 16.
Right?
For he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek.
With who?
War with Amalek.
Read on.
From generation to generation.
So God said he's going to be at war with the so-called white man from generation to generation. That's in the scriptures, man. And you can't get around that. Right? From generation to generation. Right? And nowhere in the scriptures did the Lord change that. That's written in stone. How y'all doing, sisters? Right? Did y'all know that y'all were God's chosen people?
Yes.
The Israelites? You didn't know that, did you, sister?
I'm gonna listen.
You gonna listen? All praise to the Most High. Now, what would this world call you, sister? Tamika. Now, as a race of people, what would this world call your race? Black. That's the color of your outfit, right? Is that the color of your skin, really? No. So why do they call you a color out of a crayon box instead of calling you actually what God called you in the Bible?
I don't know.
You don't know. So let's find out. You want to find out, sister? Do you think that we can actually blow your mind and show you something in the Bible that you've never heard before? Do you think that we have the ability to do that?
That we never heard before?
Yeah, that you've never heard before.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So give me Jeremiah 17 and 4. Listen to this.
The book of 17.
Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4.
This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4.
All right, listen to this.
And thou, even thyself.
This is a man speaking these words. He's about to prophesy, which is foretell the future, about one specific race of people on what's going to happen to them in the future. He said, thou even thyself, read on,
shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
what's going to happen to the chosen people?
Shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
When you're discontinued from something, what does that mean? It's canceled out. You no longer know about it.
Exactly.
Right? It's disannulled from your memory.
Yeah.
God said his chosen people shall do what?
Shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
What is your heritage? Where are you?
We don't know our heritage.
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know.
Where are we from?
We don't know where we from.
Where's our homeland?
We don't know our homeland.
What language did we speak?
We don't know what
What
language
food
we
did we
speak.
eat?
We don't know.
What is the name of our God?
We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. We know what they told us.
We know what they
what
told
they
us.
embedded in
What
us.
they beat it to us.
That's right. That's all we know.
So what did God say?
That I gave thee.
God gave you a heritage, and a name, and a culture, and laws and regulations that you should follow. But what happened?
And I will cause thee
I will cause thee.
to serve thine enemy.
What happened to us?
To serve thine enemy.
Did that happen to us?
Every day.
We have to serve our enemy.
Every day.
We gotta work for him.
Every day.
We gotta say yes, sir, master.
Every
Yes,
day.
sir, boss.
Every day.
That happened to us, right?
Every day.
I will cause thee to serve thine. Now, where we at? This country, what is it called?
United States.
The United States of America. Now what did the Lord say? I will cause thee to serve thy enemies, read on.
In the land, which thou knowest not.
Which thou what?
Which thou knowest not.
Did we always know about this place, or were we carried to this place? We was brought here. How were we brought here, sisters? What part of transportation? By a boat. Now watch this. Give me Deuteronomy. Go to chapter 29 and verse 1. Let's see what God said about that. Right? Now, because God just said that his people will be discontinued from their heritage and caused to be in servitude, which is actually the reason for them not knowing their heritage. Because you're now serving a people that hate you.
Absolutely.
So listen to this. Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29 and verse 1.
Read.
These are the words of the covenant.
This whole Bible is about a covenant, about one race of people. This one race of people has not found out actually what this Bible is saying, because they've been lied to by the heathen, right? And by lying, nasty pastors, and by lying, nasty white people, right? Read on.
Which the Lord commanded Moses.
Moses was a so-called black man. If he walked the earth right now, he would be considered a Haitian man, right? That's what they would call him. Who is Moses speaking to?
To make with the children of Israel.
With what people?
With the children of Israel.
The name Israel means Prince of Power with God. That's what their name means. They are the people that have the Spirit of God, naturally. They may not believe in the Bible, they may not believe in God, but guess what? They know it's a God. Now the children of Israel are God's chosen people. Now listen to this. Give me Deuteronomy 11 and 26. Now this is what God said what happened to the children of Israel. Right? Bring that up.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11 and verse 26.
Right? Listen to this real good. Read.
Behold, I set before you this day
Read.
a blessing and a curse.
He told the Israelites that they're either going to be blessed or they're going to be cursed. Let me ask you something. Do you think that we're under, when I say we, I'm talking about our race. Do you think that we're under blessings or curses?
Curses.
Can't be blessings.
Can't be blessed.
No, ain't no way it could be blessings. So listen what he told the chosen people, the Israelites. Read on.
A blessing if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your God.
If you obey the commandments, if you're obedient to what God said do, blessings will happen to you. You'll be the first. You'll be the head and not the tail. You'll be above and not beneath. Read on.
Which I command you this day.
Read.
And a curse.
And a what?
And a curse.
Read on.
If you will not obey the
If you
commandments.
don't obey the commandments and you want to do what you want to do, guess what's going to happen to the chosen people? Curses are going to come upon you. So let's read the curses in the Bible that God said would happen to the chosen people, and let's figure out who the chosen people is. That makes sense? Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28. Go to verse 46 first. Right? Deuteronomy, what the Lord said.
Chapter 28 and verse 46.
Right?
And they shall be upon thee.
These curses, these terrible things that God put on his chosen people are going to be upon his people. Read on.
For a sign.
Therefore what?
For a sign.
Therefore a sign. That's what it's for. It's for them to wake up. It's for them to realize, hold on, it's something that's not right about this. Are we missing some information? Did they actually tell us the truth? Hold on, what's actually in that Bible? For a sign, read on.
And for a wonder.
Read on.
And upon thy seed.
And upon their what?
And upon thy seed.
Your seed will be your genealogy, your children. How long is it going to be upon their children?
Forever.
How long?
Forever.
So, forever meaning until they actually wake up. So give me Deuteronomy 28 and go to verse 68. Let's jump straight to the gun. Now, this is what happened to them for breaking God's commandments. What is the name of the people that we're about to read about?
What is the name?
Yeah? 29 and 1. Deuteronomy 29 and 1.
Deuteronomy 29 and 1.
Right?
These are the words of the covenant, which the Lord commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel.
That's their name. The children of Israel, or the Israelites. Can you say that for me? Israelites. Can you say that for me, sister? Israelites.
Israelites.
That's right. Give me Deuteronomy 28, 68.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
So the name of the people that we're reading about is what? Israelites. So listen to this.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
For breaking the commandments and being disobedient they got to go back into Egypt again. Now remember, y'all know the story of Moses? He said, Pharaoh, let my people
Go, yeah.
So he freed them out of Egypt. What condition were they in Egypt for Moses to free a whole race of people out of there? What did he free them from?
Slavery?
Slavery. So God said, for breaking the commandments, you got to go back to Egypt. Meaning you got to go back where?
Egypt.
You got to go back to Egypt, but what does that mean though?
Go back to slavery?
Go back to slavery. Because they didn't, in the scriptures, when you read it, going forward, they didn't actually go back to the physical landmass of Egypt. So surely it has to be some sort of similar to what he means by Egypt. So let's show you what Egypt is. Bring it up.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2.
Right, go to Judith 5 and 11.
He said, Jude,
Judith 5 and 11.
Judah.
I am the Lord thy God,
Read.
which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt,
He brought the Israelites out of the land of Egypt. Out of what?
out of the house of bondage.
What is Egypt?
Out of the house of bondage.
Egypt is the house of bondage. Another word for bondage would be slave. Right? We ain't got to get it. Right? Go to Deuteronomy 28. Yeah. So God is saying you're going to have to go to Egypt again, then you got to go to slavery. How did we, you already said it. You said we got to America. How? By a boat. Give me the book of Psalms. Go to 107 and verse 9. Right, listen to this. Psalms 107 and 9.
Look at Psalms, chapter 107, verse 9.
Right?
And it reads, for he's satisfied the longing soul
Read.
and fill the hungry soul with goodness,
Read on.
such as sit in darkness,
What was that slave ship?
such as sit in darkness
Read on.
and in the shadow of death,
Read on.
being bound in affliction and iron.
What is this right here? That's sitting in darkness, right?
Right.
Bound in what? Affliction and iron.
Absolutely.
Where is that written at? In the Bible. That happened to us, right?
Yeah.
So, one more time. What is the name of the people that we're reading about?
Israelite.
Israelites. So read again from the top what the Lord said what will happen to them for breaking the commandments.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
Right?
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt
You're
again
going to have to go into slavery again for breaking the commandments. But how are you going to get to slavery?
with ships.
On a plane.
With ships.
On a bus.
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
Did y'all know that was in the Bible? That God said his chosen people will have to go into slavery on slave ships? Now do you see why they didn't want you to read the Bible?
They didn't want you to read, period.
Period. Because if you read
That
period,
was a crime,
that's right. You read
punishable by death.
punishable by death. Because they knew that one day you will pick up this book and actually understand it. So God said you were going to slavery on ships for your disobedience. What else? Read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
Meaning the same way Moses said it, that's the same way it actually happened. The transatlantic slave trade, the prophecy was fulfilled. The sub-Saharan slave trade, the prophecy was fulfilled. When the Arab man put you in slavery. The Silk Road slave trade, when the Chinese man put you in slavery. And you had to build the Great Wall of China. Right, read on.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
You'll never see your homeland again. You don't know what your homeland is. You're claiming Murchison Road. Right? You're claiming damn Chicago. You're claiming New York City. Right? 59 Broadway. Right? You know? I'm from Harlem, brother. Where you from? No, brother, we not from here. We got our own homeland. But the Lord said, thou shalt see it no more again. Read on.
And there
when you get off of the slave ships, what's going to happen to the chosen people?
ye shall be sold.
Uh-oh. You shall be what?
Ye shall be sold.
That's in the Bible. This book is about real life, real historical events that's going to happen on the earth. Like if you look right there, what is that in the middle?
That's when he sold the slaves.
Sold the slaves. What did God say? There you shall be what?
And there ye shall be sold.
So when they got off of the slave ships in Wilmington, the port of Wilmington, the port of damn Virginia, the port of all of these slave ports in this coast, where did we travel to? Uttermost parts of the world, and we were sold, auctioned off.
Names changed.
Names changed. And then you shall be now. Who changed our names? Who we
Not
sold to?
slave masters changed our names.
Now watch what God called them in the Bible. Listen to this. And they shall be sold
unto your enemies.
best friends.
Unto your enemies.
That's in the Bible. So the so-called white man is what to us?
The enemy.
Our enemy. That's all throughout the scriptures. He's called the enemy. He's called the devil. He's called Satan.
Is he called the enemy in every culture though?
Yeah. He is.
In every
That's
culture,
Obadiah
though.
chapter 1 and
I'm
verse
just
2.
saying, in
That
every
is.
culture he is called
Yeah,
the
that's
enemy.
right. That's
in
right.
every culture.
The man of perdition.
Yes.
The man of sin.
Yep.
Right, read on.
Yep.
For bondmen
Slave man,
and bondwomen,
slave woman.
and no man shall buy you.
So according to the Bible, off of just one verse that we read, what is actually your nationality? Who did God call you? What did God call you?
Call you chosen one?
The chosen one. The who?
Israelites.
That's right, sister. We the Israelites. That's who we are. Right? Give me another one. Give me verse 54.